because first and foremost, like that's like a gift that God gave to me, was to be able to inspire and motivate people, and to use my mess as my message and to share my story. And you guys heard my story. If you didn't hear my story, go read her post, because like I've let go and forgave all of that to get to where I'm at, and I don't keep reliving it. Okay, now here's the thing. I did for like 2 years of being a coach, just like kept reliving it and reliving it. And it's like, that's probably one of the biggest hangups I see coaches do, is coaches like, oh, share your story and like be like relatable. And the problem is a lot of people get stuck. They become a victim of their story, and they continue to like be a victim of their circumstance rather than rise up from it and like move forward and like make something of their life and their coaching career or their goals or whatever it may be. What my goal for you, because we're on a coach call right now. We're not in a challenge group. I'm not here to talk to you about health, fitness, nutrition. Like, you know that you have an opportunity to be the healthiest you can be. And I see a couple of dudes on here right now, and guess what? Now you guys know it's not just girls that do this. So I want you to understand something here. Girls, don't take this the wrong way. We have the upper hand, guys. We do. I'm just telling you. You want to know why? Because women hate working with each other. I'm kidding. Okay, you guys. But seriously, like, think about this. Even like, so I've done calls for Jamie and Kim Fitzpatrick. They're good friends of mine. Jamie and I, we've talked in long lengths about being a male coach or just being a coach in general. And here's the thing, right? Jamie's a 40-year-old man, or in his 40s, right? And his first year as a coach, he sold 400 challenge packs. There's no reason why a married 40-year-old man should be able to talk people into getting into health and fitness, right? Like, I mean, logistically, think about this. For a company that's primarily female, there's no reason why that is logical, especially given the stereotype that we have. Now, here's the thing. Everybody that's ever done a power hour, raise your hand. If you've done a power, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Seriously, if you've done a power hour, raise your hand. I'm just going to scroll the screen. Raise your hand. You've done a power hour. John, good man, doing a power hour, dude. So I'm talking about some of you have your camera off because you like didn't put makeup on and you like don't want me to see your face, or you're like laying in bed with your kids and your kids are acting up. It's all good, whatever it is. But check it out. I want to tell you guys something. Here's something great. I've never done a power hour. Now everybody just like what? Wait a minute. Like I've never done a power hour. Up until like this year, like I've pretty much just been a single parent, and I work full time and I coach full time. Now here's the thing. I want you to think about this. Every single day when you think about this business and you think about your coach business, I want to know, would you hire yourself or would you fire yourself? I want to know like what you do for your regular job. Like if you have another job, I want to know what you do, right? And I want you to think about it. Think about your first job that you have. Like every morning you get up and you drive to a workplace. And I want to know, like, if you drove to your workplace and sat down in front of the computer and watched tasty videos all day and bullshitted with your friends in Messenger and watched videos and watched like all kinds of other bullshit videos that you see on Facebook, how much would your boss pay you? And would you get fired? Now I want you to think about this. Every time you've ever sat down to do a power hour, how much of your power hour is spent watching those damn tasty videos, watching the mom video that's like hilarious. She's in her car with her cat. I don't know what it is that you guys watch. Like whatever it is you guys are doing, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Let's be honest with yourself. And the reason why I'm asking you this is because the times that I did do a power hour, I never did a power hour. So that's why I'm saying to you, I've never done a power hour. Because at the end of the day, I never was doing an actual power hour, right? Because I was too busy doing all the other stuff. So this is what I want you to do instead. I want you to power pocket, okay? And I want you to some of my best work has happened in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, fully clothed at work because I needed a minute. I'm just being honest with you. How many of you are moms? You need that mommy minute where you lock the door and your kid is outside the door screaming. You see fingers underneath the door. They're like, you're just like, I just need 5 minutes to finish this damn post. Shut up. Just shut. That's what I'm talking about. So you do a power pocket, right? Now here's the thing. When I'm in my power pocket, I dedicate my power pocket to a fundamental thing that I'm doing in my business. Now, whatever it may be, I want you to focus on, say it is follow-up messages, okay? I want you to set a timer. I want you to set a timer for 10 minutes. And then when you set that timer and you press start, it's gonna go for 10 minutes, but I just want you to do this. Follow up with the people on your follow-up list. Messages out. Hey, just checking in. I don't know if this was not a good fit for you, or maybe right now is not the right time, but I wanted to make sure I followed up. If you're interested in getting in my challenge group, if not, I have this other thing going on. I have this Snoop group. I have this flash sale, whatever it is that you have going on at that time. You have something to invite to every single time. And if you don't, your upline does. Like, don't tell me you don't. Get your head clear, focus, messages out. People are gonna answer you during that 10 minutes period. You're going to get text messages. Your kid's going to ask for toilet paper from the bathroom. Like, stuff's going to happen. I get it. If you have to stop for a reason, like your kid needs toilet paper, like, stop the 10-minute timer, come back, go do the task, come back. If it's not life-threatening or the end of the world, wait. Your kids are not going to burn your house down in 10 minutes. And if they do, like, you should call Guinness Book of World Records, because they are geniuses. If they burnt your whole house down in 10 minutes, like, they are on some next level, like, seriously evil shit. And you should probably bring them to the doctor and get them on some medication. I'm just kidding, you don't. But in that 10-minute period, you could get a lot more accomplished if you stay focused on the job at hand, okay? Now here's the thing. Messages out are simply that, messages out. If you want to set a timer after that to answer your messages, cool, do that, right? Do that. What I don't want you to do is this. As you're building a business, I don't want you to get trapped in the notion that when a message comes in at 11 p.m. and you were just about to go to bed, you've got to answer right now and get that challenge back. So, no. Because guess what, Natalie? You taught all your coaches that they need to be available around the clock for no freaking reason, right? I know. I know. So here's the thing. Honestly, like, I want you to think about this. Messages out means, like, they're not going anywhere, guys. They've been watching you. If they're your tribe, if they're not your tribe and they ghost on you, like God did you a favor. They probably saved you a giant headache. They're gone. Like, focus on the people that stick around. Focus on the people that are waiting for you to message them back. Focus on the people that aren't going anywhere. If you get a message back, it can wait until morning. It can wait until morning. You can wake up and go, oh, sorry I missed you. I was in bed, because I'm a human being. I'm not a freaking robot. And let's talk today. Like, a lot of times I'll message people in the morning before I go to work. Like, I'll copy and paste, because I do get a lot of messages. I copy and paste. And one of my general messages out in the morning is, hey, sorry, I got your message when I woke up. I'm always telling them that I'm busy so that they understand that I'm busy, because I am. And you are too. Make sure that people understand that you're busy, because you are. There's at no point is there anybody that's not. If you're not busy, then you need to focus on your business and do more, because you should be busy, okay? So I tell them in the morning, copy and paste. I say, sorry I missed your message. I was in bed. I'm on my way to work. Let's catch up this afternoon. In the afternoon, when I get out of work, is when I talk to people. Like, I talk to people and I do what I need to do before dinner time. And I send voice clips, because they're quick and easy. And voice clips are very personable. People can hear the inflection of my voice. People can hear that I'm fun. People can hear that they can trust me. People can hear that I'm honest and I'm not going to bullshit them. And the thing is, they can also hear a level of confidence in my voice and what I do, because I'm confident about it, because it saved my life. Now, here's the thing. Every single person on this call, whether or not you believe it or not, I'm going to tell you, you bought a challenge pack to change your life. Whether it was for health and fitness or the very rare case that it was for the business, a lot of people do. I have a couple coaches now that strictly did it for the business. For the most part, you did it to change your life though. And at the end of the day, you're either passionate about it because it did, or you didn't follow it and it didn't work for you. And you have nobody to blame but yourself. It's not your upline's fault. It's not the weather's fault. It's not God's fault. It's your fault, because everything is at your fingertips. And if your coach doesn't have the training for you that you feel is necessary, guess what? You have access to Beachbody's Coach Online office that has every single thing that you need to know about coaching. Everything. And you want to know what else? I don't even use Beachbody training. Oh, I just blew everybody's mind again. I don't even I get on team calls and talk, but I don't want to say people's names because I'm not Barbie. And I don't mean Barbie Caleb. I mean Barbie, a blonde with bikini on. I'm not Barbie. I can't do hey girl messages. I'm not posting myself in a sports bra. I mean, I think it would get some likes and generate some talk, but I can't do that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm doing it a little bit differently. So what am I doing so different than all the other coaches that are out there? Well, guess what? If you come to my page, very rarely will you ever see me talk about Beachbody. I don't say beach. It's obvious and clear and evident that I wear Beachbody shirt. I wear Beachbody Sharon, where I have photos with Team Beachbody tagged on them from events. I have pictures of me and Chris Downing on my page, from events. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. I'm not talking about it because I'm not selling shit. I'm offering an opportunity. And that's the thing that a lot of people miss. A lot of people miss the fact that I'm not here to sell somebody on saving their life. What I'm here to offer somebody an opportunity to change their own life like I changed mine, right? Granted, my foundation is health and fitness, but guess what? There are a ton of age-old sayings that are sayings for, if you don't love yourself, how can you love another person? That's the very basis of loving yourself. Has zero to do with looks. It has zero to do with beauty. It has zero. What it does is it has everything to do with taking care of yourself. Treat yourself like you love yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Take care of your heart. Now, here's the thing. One of the most underutilized things that coaches do is they don't buy into personal development. And I guarantee, and whether you admit it or not, probably more than half of this call does not do personal development. And if you do, you're not doing the right personal development. You know why? Because what you do is you're like, oh, what should I read? What? It's personal. How the hell do I know what you should read? I don't. Hang on. I need you to stop asking people what you should personally develop. I want you to think about this, okay? Everybody that right now, don't get me wrong. Everybody could read Girl Wash Your Face, except maybe me, Scott, and John. We might not get into that book, but everybody could read Girl Wash Your Face and get something out of it because Rachel Hollis is amazing. And her book is great. That's fine. You could read Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass and get great stuff out of it. I've read that book. It's a great book. Do not get me wrong. But at the end of the day, where was your personal development in reading that book? Is it because your coach told you that that's the first book all of us coaches read when we sign up to be a coach? We read You Are a Badass and the Universe Has Your Back, and then you're saved. Hallelujah. No, that's not what happens. Here's the thing. This is what I want you to do, okay? I want you tonight, before you go to bed, to sit down. I want you to think of one area where you want to change your life. I want you to think of an area where I don't care how well off you are, or how great you think you may be, or how grateful and how happy you are and how deserving you are of where you're at in life. I want you to think everybody could find one thing that they could fix. I don't care how awesome you are. I don't. You could find something that you truly want to fix. If it's finances, write that down. If it's parenting, maybe your kids are total hellions. Maybe your kids drive you batshit. I want to tell you something. If you read a personal development book, and I'm just calling it personal development, if you read a book on parenting, okay? Now, hear me out on this. If you became a better parent and your kids acted calmer because you've learned how to parent better, your life becomes better across all areas, which in turn makes your work life, your home life, your coach life, your social media life, your life better. And why? Because you just personally developed yourself in an area you were not good at. And a lot of people ask me, they're like, man, how did you get to where you're at? Personal development. Personal development. I started going back to church. That helped me. If you don't believe in God, that's your thing. I do, and that helped me, okay? That community has been great for me. Not just that, though. I found myself by losing myself in the service of other people and then reading personal development, right? And developing the tools necessary to forgive people in my past, let go of the things that really do not hold any value in my life anymore, adapting and moving forward. And people are like, yeah, well, that's great. No, everybody has potential to do that. And here's why. Right now, every single person has this. You have a closed mind and a closed heart. If it's closed, you're not putting anything in it, okay? Now I want you to open up your heart for a second. Let a little bit of love in. I want you to open your mind. Be coachable. Be receptive to constructive criticism. And you can put anything in it, all right? You can put anything in it, right? You can. You can learn to do awesome things. The most intelligent people in the world didn't just wake up and all of a sudden they were intelligent. No, they read books and they became smarter and they became better at their craft because they personally developed themselves with what they were interested in by what they needed, right? Now, here's the thing. Everybody is going to be apprehensive to coaching, personal development, sending messages, doing your workouts, following a meal plan. Your brain is stupid. Your brain is going to talk you out of a lot of things because guess what? The human brain was designed to protect you. And that's why you're failing or not failing in your business is because you either let your mind control your thoughts and your fear and you're afraid to be judged or you're afraid your family's going to think you're weird for being a coach or like whatever it is that's like stopping you is nobody's problem but yours. And if you don't figure it out, you're never going to get past it. It's not whether or not you're supported in it. It's not whether or not your family is supportive. No, it's you. Like, it doesn't matter. Everybody's opinion about what you do in life does not matter right now, whether it's family or not. It could be your spouse. It doesn't matter who it is. I want you to understand something, okay? Whoever is giving you this advice on things in your life, I want you to take a good look. And I want you to decide in 5 seconds, would I trade places with that person? And if you would not trade places with your Aunt Helga, who's freaking miserable and lives as an angry cat lady, then stop listening to her bitch at you at the family reunions about you being a coach. Like, what does it matter what Aunt Helga thinks? Like, seriously. I need you to wrap your mind around that. People are miserable. They're going to judge you anyways. They might as well judge you on the stuff that makes you happy. So if coaching makes you happy, if fitness makes you happy, if being healthy makes you happy, if helping people makes you happy, then you're going to do it and you're going to push forward, okay? You're going to keep pushing forward, all right? And guess what? Now is the time we're all going to sit here and cry. Yes, you, Scott, you're going to cry with me, okay? You motherfucker, you're going to cry. John, too. John's going to cry. Everybody watch John and Scott because they're going to cry with me, and I'm probably going to cry, too. Here's the thing. Here's an exercise my buddy David McLean did with me, okay? David McLean and I became very good friends in the Shift Shop test group, and I had him come in and talk to my challenges when I did my first challenge group when Shift Shop came out, okay? Now, I want you guys to do something. Some of you have them in the room. I seen them on the call when you got on. Maybe the person that you love the most is readily available for you if they're near you, okay? If they're near you, cool. Like if you're at a desk, I see somebody's at the desk. If you have a picture of them right there, awesome. If you don't, if you have a notebook and you're writing it down, like if you're taking notes, I want you to write the name of the person that you love the most, or people. It could be your children, your spouse, it could be your parents, whoever it may be. I want you to just think about the person that you love the most. If they're in the room with you, bring them in the room because it's more effective if they're there. I want you to put them in the forefront for a second. I want you to start thinking about how much you care about them, okay? Because the thing of it is everything in life is perspective, all right? Everything in life is perspective. When you wake up in the morning, you start your perspective onto whether or not you're going to be grateful or you're going to dread it, okay? And we'll get into that in a second, but everything in life is perspective, all right? So think of the loved one. I want you to think of the person you love the most, write them down, look at their picture, whatever you must do, okay? And here's the thing. I want you to do this. The next time you're gonna miss a workout, the next time you're gonna go out and fall off your meal plan if you're following a program, the next time you're not working your business the way that you should, the next time you're afraid to post, the next time that you're feeling that fear of judgment, okay, I want you to go to that person, I want you to look at them, and I want you to say this to them. You're not worth it, and I'm not going to do it because you don't deserve to have me be the best that I can be for you, okay? Go try and do that. And once you can do that, you're in the wrong business, all right? Once you can look your children in the face and tell them they're not worth it to have the mom or dad that they deserve, once you can look into your spouse's eyes and tell them they're not worth it for you to take care of yourself, then you can go sell wine or keto or whatever the hell everybody else is jumping ship for, all right? You want to do that? Go ahead. But right now, what we're doing is we're changing people's lives. We're making the parents that children deserve. We are giving people their life back. We are making ourselves better because we are doing it for more than just ourselves. Take yourself out of the equation. Stop being selfish and be selfless. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's selfless. When you become the best parent you can be, you're good to your kids, you're good to your spouse. When you become the best person you can be, you're good to your coworkers, your family. That's what this is about. So what are you afraid of? You're afraid of what somebody on the internet may think about what you're doing. Well, guess what? There are a lot of people out there that talk shit and I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you know what? It doesn't matter. They're not the one who's in charge of whether or not my loved ones have me in their life. I am. Okay? I am. Just like you are. Okay? Now here's the thing. You're going to leave this call different than you showed up, okay? You are. And if the only thing that you take from this call is that exercise, I want you to do that every time you feel like you can't do. I'm not just talking about anytime you feel like in life that you just can't go on, that's what you're going to do, okay? Now, here's the thing. I wake up every single day grateful. You know why? Because I was not guaranteed to get out of bed this morning, and God made me willing and able to climb out of bed. There are people in this world that are not physically capable to get out of bed and do what we do. There are people that can't walk. There are people that are not mentally capable to do personal development and work on themselves. But guess what? You are. And if you're not doing it, imagine the people that wish they could. Imagine the people that aren't capable of it, and you're fully capable and able-bodied to do wonderful and great things in this world, and you're not doing that. Why? Why? At the end of the day, what is it that's holding you back? It's you. The only thing that's ever stopped you from achieving anything in your life, including weight loss, fitness, health, nutrition, this business, is you. Is you and the fear that you have that you might actually succeed at it. Because if you succeed, then there's nothing else to hold you back from doing anything. All right? That's the biggest thing, right? That's the biggest thing. And I think at the end of the day, I want you to do this, okay? When you're going to do this business, I want you to understand that everything is contingent on one thing: gratitude and perspective, right? If you're in that Diamond Push group, I posted a live video today. The girls were talking about this week with social media, and like I do a lot with social media myself, and like we could do a whole call on a bunch of other stuff. What I want to do when I get on calls is I want to help you be a better person. You have all the tools to coach. You have all the tools to change lives. You have all the tools to post. You have all the tools for everything that you need. The only tool that you need from me is to know that if you don't believe in yourself right now, I do. I do. And so did your coach. And so did you for a split second, because you were willing to take a leap of faith into something you were completely unsure of. I know, because I was there. I signed up as a discount coach so that I could get a discount on Shakeology. That was 130 pounds ago. That was 4 medical conditions ago. I mean, at what point are you doing the world an injustice by not sharing this? At what point are you not helping the single dad of 3 kids who is 130 pounds overweight, who has sleep apnea, high blood pressure, bad cholesterol, depression, anxiety, and getting ready to be evicted from his house? You could save somebody just like me by showing up every single day for yourself. That's it. That's all there is to this. It's the vital behaviors. They're vital for a reason. The biggest one is simple. Be a product of the product. Guess what? Our product saves people's lives. All you have to do is follow it. You have all the rules to it. I honestly can lose weight and change my body with any program we have. And like, I'm like this close to just doing Brazilian butt lift to show you bitches that I can. Like, seriously. Like, I'm this close. And the thing is this. Anybody can lose weight. Anybody can lose weight. But what I want you to understand is this. If you're not doing personal development, which is another vital behavior, you're not going to keep, you're just going to be a healthier version of your broken self. You need to fix yourself. You need to love yourself. And I don't just mean where you are, I mean where you're headed. Don't play victim. Don't be a victim of your circumstance. Do not look in the past only to know that you're not going back there anymore. I want you to live in the present and work hard, and I want you to build for your future. Because you deserve it. You do. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody. I don't care who you are. Everybody deserves to be happy, all right? Before we go too, I could just like talk all night. I want to leave room. Like, if you have any questions for me, you can ask me anything. Like, honestly, like, ask me anything. Now is your chance. Like, if it's a coaching question, I'll have an answer. And if I don't, I'll get you one. But I always like to leave enough room for people to ask me a couple questions, because they do arise. And there is no such thing as a bad question. Some people have asked some really loaded questions, and we've gained clarity as a group from those questions. My goal, though, for this call is to have you leave different than you arrived. I want this call to be different than any other call that you've ever been on. This is not Instagram training. This ain't Facebook. This is life training. I want to get you to change your life because that's my goal. It's my goal. And any of the dudes that are on this call, I want you to write something down. We have a men's group, Just Coaches, that is almost 800 members, called the FIT, FITGC. Put the hashtag in front of it, FITGC. It's called the Fit Gentlemen's Club, and it's specifically to help you learn how to not hey girl message people. All right. We have all the top male coaches in there. I'm in there. And we post and we share with each other, okay? Natalie, do you have any questions for me, girl? I know that you and I are just kind of getting to know each other in the group.
I'm just listening.
Soak it in, girl. Soak it in.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I love the toughness. I know with our team, we're just like a lot of rainbows and butterflies half the time. I'm like la la la. So it's good to have a different, voice, and hearing, the toughness, and it's good. It's tough love. So.
And that's the thing is, you know what? It's not so much the tough love and the toughness. I want you to keep your innocence. I want you to keep your happiness and the butterflies and rainbows in your team. I do. Like, that's what I want. And I want you to spread those butterflies and rainbows everywhere. I want you to sprinkle it everywhere. But here's the thing. I want you to be real and honest with yourself too. I want you to have clarity and be intentional with what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, if you're not, why are we doing this? Because if you're just going to prance around and assume that everything is fine without actually fixing anything, then what is the actual goal? What are we working towards? What are we doing? What's the thing? And the thing of it is this. We all, including yourself, need that push. We need that push just to give us that next step, right? We need that. Where do I go next, right? I haven't checked the chat, Natalie. What do we got? We got anything?
Yes, there's quite a few.
I just making sure there's no questions.
It's mainly
on my phone, so I can't.
It's mainly comments.
Yeah. If you guys have a question, unmute and just ask me.
Yeah, absolutely, you guys. Just don't be shy. We're not shy around here. Most of the time, anyway.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. Really intuitively, I think that we need to be really, really good ourselves, and that we need to show folks that we have improved and we have done a lot of work. Because sometimes, I don't know what you employ as far as your story and showing how good you are, because at the end of the day, I don't think that my story really helps people shift because they've never lived my story. So, and I think that a lot of us get in that, like you said, we tell our story, but ultimately for other people, it just doesn't, it never resonates because they don't live it. So is it, for you, do you see yourself we just have to get so good and so happy and then that changes folks? Or is there a ratio between doing that and really encouraging?
Great question, Scott. And guess what? You're going to hate my answer. And that's why I love that you asked it. Here's the thing. Your story's great, and I don't even know it. I don't need to know your story. Your story's great. Scott, your story is pretty freaking crazy and incredible. And you want to know why? Because there's somebody out there that's just like you, and that's your tribe, and you're going to reach that person. Okay? And here's the thing. They're not going to hear your story if you're not sharing it. And if you're not sharing it, shame on you, because you're doing an injustice to the people that are just like you, who live a similar life and have a similar path. And guess what? There are millions of people like that out there. I don't care how big or small you think your story is and your transformation, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, as long as you change, like you just said, whether it's mentally or physically, right? Whether it's mentally or physically, it's gonna touch someone who shares a similar path. Maybe they're not at where you're at yet, and they need to hear that, and they'll be like, oh man, I came across Scott post the other day, and it was like, wow, like he was speaking to me, like I was reading it, and it sounded like my life. Like, I gotta watch this guy. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're not gonna message you and be like, oh my God, I'm just like you. Let's work together. I love you. No, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna need to hear your story 8 to 12 times before they're like, all right, I get it. All right, I get it. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I said no to this for 5 months. For 5 months, Scott, I said no to the person that I signed up with and said, no, like, I got this. I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to drink protein powder from Target because that makes perfect freaking sense. No, like, I had no idea what I was talking about. And I share that. I share that I was that guy who thought that protein powder was the answer. I share that I was that guy that thought Beachbody was for women. I share that I thought that I had it figured out because I could just go to the gym and do X, Y, Z. No, I was a single dad who needed to work out at home. I share that, right? So at the end of the day, here's the thing. You don't need a transformation. You don't need a story. Your story could be Beachbody. What you need to do is you need to share it from start to finish. So when you're sharing your story, it's simple. What was your life before Beachbody? Like, what was it? Like, I don't want you to tell me everything that happened when you were 6 years old unless something happened at 6 years old that changed your life or changed the direction and trajectory of your life. Like, there are people, like, I don't know if you know Chris Downing. Chris Downing was raped. Chris Downing was molested as a child, which changed his story, and he shares it. And that was, like, I want you to share from what changed you to be you, and then your middle part of your story is, how is your life now since you're doing Beachbody or since being with Beachbody, even how big or how small you think it is. And then the tail end of your story is, where are you going? What is it? What are your intentions? What's your mission? Are you just going to feel good about yourself? Cool, share that. Are you going to build a business so that you can build a life of freedom and leave your job and go travel the world and like go travel places and do stuff with your dog that I seen? Like, if that's what you're building, do that. Share it. Share. Be like, I would really like to go on a vacation. I like to go on trips. Like, I like to go camping. I like to take my dog. I'm into dogs. Like, dude, like, share that. Share it. Share yourself. Don't be scared. I hope that helped, Scott.
Yeah, thank you. I want to share too, just a little bit too, and I've shared this a little bit with Natalie and some other folks, that being a guy coach is very different, but I've really had kind of a really great attitude adjustment lately, and I've learned that we're also here to serve the great women in our lives, no matter who they are, no matter if you're whatever your sexual orientation is, whether you're married, you're single, you're whatever, but we're here to serve these great women in our lives. And if it weren't for the great women who like helped me where I am, I wouldn't be here. And I think sometimes people get a little too caught in like, well, this person doesn't seem like me. They're a girl and I'm different or whatever. And so we get too caught in that. And so I've just been really preaching, saying, hey, if you don't resonate with me or my story, go up to my coach because she changed my life. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like the message I'm starting to give all sorts of men out there, is that, we have to like also be strong, but our strength is in how we serve other people and how we serve also the women in our life. And it was great. Mr. O, Natalie's husband, just did something really special. Like, she talked about how he just slid the Wonder Woman cup right out for her in the morning, and that just like hit me. I was just like, we have to do that for people. Slide the Wonder Woman or Superman cup for them, over there, just so that they know that we have them and we support them and we want them to be that. So.
That's what the Fit Gentlemen's Club is all about, dude. Just so you know, Scott. Fit GC rule number 3 is a gentleman always empowers women. Just like we have like a 10 commandment almost. Like it's just a gentleman. A gentleman will always empower women. That's what a gentleman does. Like if you went and you look through history, and that's the goal. Okay, the goal number 1 for male Beachbody coaches is not to be an arrogant asshole. It's to be somebody who empowers other people. Okay, because guess what? There's enough assholes in the world. We don't need to add to it. We don't need to add to it. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, that's why we're here. This is so much bigger than who we are, man. So like, you'd be doing an injustice by not sharing that story, because maybe you can find another guy just like you.
Thank you.
Brooke, good question. This is what I give for you advice. I don't know. I don't know where you're asking about the support, where it derives from, but you're gonna be unsupported with just about anything in life. Okay. There's probably this probably isn't the first time you've been unsupported in something. I'm just being honest here. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I want you to think about your life and maybe tell me one other thing that you weren't supported in, or like, did you play sports when you were a kid? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't see it just being like, just all of a sudden now, this is the only thing in your life you've ever been unsupported in. I think that a lot of people in this business or life in general use lack of support as an excuse to not do something for themselves. Like, all it is a crutch. It's the same reason why people don't get into nutrition. Like, oh, my cousin's getting married next week, so I can't start your challenge group next week, but maybe next time. Like, so what if your cousin's getting married? Like, what does that got to do with you? What does that got to do with the fact that you reached out to me and told me that you're borderline diabetic and you need to lose weight and you feel terrible about yourself? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, I think that lack of support is, it's a crutch for a lot of people, but here's the thing, okay? Communication is key. If it is your spouse, I say communicate with them and be open, because at the end of the day, if it's your spouse, you're married and you're supposed to support each other, but maybe there's a breach in where the support comes from. And I think a lot of that stems from not understanding what it is you're doing, and assuming because you're on your phone that you're not attentive, or that the time that you spend on your business is not well spent because you could be doing something else. Like, and that just brings us all the way back to the beginning of the call, where like, you don't utilize your time properly and you're scrolling and shit, and it's your own damn fault. It's nobody's fault but our own. And at the end of the day, like, if you communicated and were open and brought them in and were like, look, like, I'm doing this because it makes me feel good. I'm doing this because these people support me and make me a better person, and I want to be a better person for you and for me. And I wish that you supported me in it too. And I wish we could sit down and talk about it so I could show you what I'm doing. Bring them in. Like, even if they're not open to hearing about it, eventually they will be. It's all in communication. It is. Like, I think that every single thing that we do in life, every situation, communication is key, because if you don't have enough of the information and you don't communicate properly, things get misconstrued and mishandled. And if somebody's not being supportive, maybe you need to ask questions. Maybe you need to ask the question, why is it that you feel so strongly this way about what I'm doing? Like, what is it that bothers you about what I'm doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, get some feedback, find out what it is. Maybe it's something fixable on your end. Maybe it's you haven't set business hours because you're like I was in the beginning, and like Natalie, and you're answering people at 11 o'clock at night. Like, that's not healthy for you. Like, why should somebody support you in answering your phone at fucking midnight? Like, Like, think about it. Like, what is it? We need to look at ourselves at this point. We do, because not being supported is not a reason not to do this. It's not, because if you look at a lot of the top coaches, their husbands at the time in the beginning weren't supportive of them, but they stayed the course because they believed in what they were doing and it made them happy. I'm hoping that like that helps you. I mean, that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I can't see. I spent 10 years in a domestically violent relationship and a very unsportive life, let alone if somebody didn't support me in something that I was doing as a business that made me better in life. Like, I think you need to have like a conversation about it and communicate. That's my suggestion. And if it's not working out and it's a riff in your relationship, then you need to decide what's going on with your like, that's your personal development. You need to fix that. That's your personal development, not girl, wash your face and you are a badass. Maybe it's working on you. I used to go to therapy regularly. I've gone to therapy. Maybe counseling, spouse counseling, if it's spousal. I don't know what your lack of support is, if it's family or what it is, but that's my advice on it. Like, hands down, it's either tough love or no love, and all I got is love.
All right, you guys, we've got basically the end. If you guys have anything else, let's hear it. If not, this is great. This is one that you're going to want to go back and just listen, because I mean, you're going to get myself nuggets, just like yes. You guys have anything? Any of you guys? And Brooke said that did help.
And Brooke, girl, feel free to message me. My inbox is a judgment-free zone. I'm not going to answer you right away, but I will get back to you.
Not at 11 o'clock at night. He's not going to answer.
Yeah, and maybe you just need to vent. Maybe you just need to vent, girl. Maybe you need to vent and just get it all out. And maybe if I knew your situation a little bit better, I might be able to give more solid advice onto what direction I would point you in. And keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I'm not. But when I don't have an answer, I find it. And that's what you should do too. You should become an expert on you, Brooke. You know, dig deep, find yourself. You find yourself and everything else falls into place.
Chrissy, do you want your picture on? We take a picture every week, a screenshot. So I don't know if you want to put something on.
I want to shout out Jillian. This girl, she's like, she was at work. Now she's in the car. She's
amazing.
She's like, I am not missing this for anything.
She's amazing. Let me just tell you. She is. I shouted you out before you got on the call. I don't know if you heard or not. Hitting Success Club from the flash sale today. Pretty awesome. Yeah, keep your hands on the wheel. We don't need to have you.
We need you changing lives, girl. Don't crash it down.
I know. Okay, you guys, we're going to take a picture. Oh, love the pup in the pic. That's amazing. All right, you guys, on 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for tonight. Seriously, so good. So good. Again, it's going to be, once I download it to YouTube and stuff, I'll listen to it again. And I'll send it to you if you want it for anything that you are doing. But we appreciate you so much. I know that you could be doing anything else tonight and you chose to spend your time with us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. All I ask is if you got something out of the call and I helped you, just share it. Just share it, because I get on more calls and it helps me, for my tribe that are watching me. It helps them climb the fence and come over to the other side. So
Yes, absolutely. For sure. All right, you guys have an amazing rest of the week. We'll be leaving for Vegas tomorrow, so I will be away from my phone more so than I usually am, but I will answer if you need at some point. I guess that is it. Again, thank you guys, and thank you, Craig, so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.